Morning, folks. It's about 2:02 in the morning, West Coast time. If I'm looking at it correctly through my scrunched up eyes, it's October 5th, 2023. Uh, you're a zombie who's not alive and not awake yet out here. We were John City, Roseman, California. What's going on, guys? Brrr. Yeah. Well, politics is going on, and they're still overreacting to McCarthy ousting out of leadership. Yesterday, I was having a field day early in the morning, about 24 hours ago, because there had been a shooting a few hours earlier, and we didn't get enough results. But we get enough of a panic attack out here that made me freaked out about it. There was a shooting at a Baltimore college. If I'm not mistaken about that one there, and it scared the hell out of me that there was a gunman on the loose, and I was reading the early headlines and conniption fit, and I had to contact my teacher and tell her I wasn't coming in. And then thinking I'm going to feel guilty about this whole damn thing, especially when I walk into a classroom, or maybe not walk into a classroom, and just feeling like I'm just ready for something terrifying to happen. I was under the impression that there was going to be somebody walking onto a campus, taking shots at people, and then leaving. And this was during a homecoming um, events happening on this campus, this major university. Never dawned on me that there was maybe a domestic dispute or something between two groups, maybe some bad ill going on, that people decided they're going to be bringing out guns and shooting, and not much more information I could get. I mean, I still have to go through the local newspapers and news sources, not the national stuff. They made a big deal about the national, and then after that, it was silence. I wanted to know more about it, but I didn't hear anything about it on the news at all. You blurb about it, but you don't give more information about it. Like, what is it with you schmucks? Turns out there was a conference, there was a news conference, but none of the major players picked up on it, so I couldn't. I didn't understand. I was still under extreme pressure on that one. So later on in the evening, I did some further research on it, and they did have a news conference on the damn thing. I think one or two of them. And it turns out they did have some kind of domestic dispute or something like that, because when you have about one or two, maybe three groups involved, and you've got handguns being involved, it was alluded to that the third group had a handgun out, but the other two, very much, not much in the details on who fired first and why, but there was guns out, there was shooting, people got injured, all during homecoming where cops were out there looking for maybe a lone gunman, and everyone else got locked down until they actually had some interviews going on and talked to people, witnesses around the area, and then found out. I mean, it's just been a couple of groups having issues with each other, and maybe there was an argument going on, and guns were used. That's the only thing they posted, and that was it. Nothing else further. Weirdly enough, it made me feel relieved about it. Not one lone group out there who's got a hate-filled mind at this point of wanting to blow people up and just disappear and then cause fear and panic, and caused it out here in the West Coast. West Coast. Now, how does that work with me on this one? Because I go to a junior college. I go to a junior college. And because I go to a junior college, we're not supposed to have that kind of stuff, right? Wrong. Because we could have it, unfortunately. And that scares me. The campus is so open and so free that, and we got student patrols walking all over the place. Kids are learning how to be, or learning how to Actually, we have a sheriff's academy on there of sorts, teaching the kids the fundamentals about how to be a sheriff and how to be a law enforcement officer. But they're the eyes and ears of the actual subdivision we've got on the campus. I'll feel a lot more better when I see the black and whites out there because I feel, weirdly enough, safe when I see the tan suits coming in with the gear on and they're walking around all over the damn place. Believe it or not, I feel oddly safe sometimes. I've learned in my years that sometimes you can trust law enforcement, despite the fact that social media is filled with videos from years, past few years, of people having conniption fits over law enforcement and interactions, and also on the interactions. The zeros and ones, the programming algorithms out there that the companies use to narrow down people's interests more and more. They want to get more information so they can start marketing crap on them. Well, I get more and more feeds regarding people doing stupids or being involved in stupids, as I call them. And sometimes it's mostly involving law enforcement, other times it's not. The Karen videos becoming more and more prevalent on YouTube, not to mention on Facebook all the time. It gets me kind of irritated at that point that I'm only subjugated to that shit, mostly. And it doesn't help me much on it. Because now I got to be contending this. I got to be part of this damn thing. And it's driving me nuts on that one. I'll see these people running into issues where they think they're doing a good thing, but they're pushing it and cajoling. And we got to get it on video. And I'm thinking, what is it with these people and their damn videos? We have to have everything on video. We have to threaten people we're going to be on video. Well, I put myself on video all the damn time. If I'm going to be running into a situation where somebody's going to be sticking a camera in front of my face, a lot of people say, "Get that camera out of my face." I'm like, okay, fine. You didn't get my best side. What's that one? None of it. But at least I'm not the one out there shoving a camera in people's faces for whatever reason they've got. In the meanwhile, I'm just taking care of what I got to take care of. I take care of my business. I don't worry about it. I don't push people away. I don't, push them aside or anything else like that. I just do what I got to deal with, do what I got to do, and just deal with it. Getting back to what the hell happened yesterday. The English class that I was in went to Zoom because the professor wasn't feeling too good. Well, these things happen. Even professors are human, aren't they? Last time I checked. So we had a Zoom class, and it was cool. Talked to students, got into a class project, no problem, issues. Hell, the professor, even at the end of the day, or actually at the end of the class period, was showing some of the subject matters we were still trying to cover, and they showed mine. I'm like, damn, is that the stuff I had to do? Fuck. I'm reminded of it. I'm also reminded I have to take care of a few things in the apartment here. And then feel okay about that. But I was still stressing myself out on it. I had to apologize to the professor what the hell was going on, and she was apologizing to me and in the rest of the class how she was still feeling ill, and she was getting better, but she didn't want to take the chance. And I sure still didn't want to take the chance because I was physically making myself ill. And the day before, I was trying to tell the professor that chemicals in the plastic bottles don't mix, especially when they're coming out of the damn dishwasher. I gotta show you something. This is still full of liquid, but somewhere at the bottom over here it says dishwasher safe. Can you read it? which means you can put this into a dishwasher that can either have liquid or powder soap. And the way they have these bottles situated, I can't put them on top shelves because there's not enough room on the top shelves. I have to put them on the bottom shelves. More the concentration where the soap is at. And because of the cap on here, we got a plastic stopper, we got a metal screen in here. It's situated where soap particles can hide and be concentrated, including, besides soap, you can also have mold in there too. I discovered that once you get the mold in this damn stuff, it's kind of difficult to get out, and you're screwed on that one. You have to constantly wash these things out. I use liquid soap outside. I wash this thing out with the soap, but I'm constantly squeezing it too. I'm forcing the liquid to go through this thing, and I'm also constantly rinsing it out to make sure it's cleaned, and I don't drink the remnants of the soap. Unfortunately, when I put these things in a dishwasher, it doesn't have that option. So naturally, I was poisoning myself. I was trying, basically, unfortunately, killing myself. I'm still alive. And the water I keep using is not from the tap, but it comes from the tap and filtered through a Brita. Not on a faucet. I got a tank. Pop in a cartridge every few months, just to make sure I'm getting the filtered water and not drinking in the mineral deposits we've got out here in our water systems. And it works. I'm able to drink. I'm still able to cook even with the mineral deposits as much, but it's not that much in total concentrations, but still. People kept complaining about the damn stuff for years, and they keep buying bottled water or going through other water sources. I'm just popping the water filters, dealing what I can. So I'm able to drink and able to enjoy. So I'm doing okay for right now on that point. Yesterday, actually the day before yesterday, diarrhea was kicking in like crazy, and then the day after that, it was just winding down in my system. But I didn't want to take the chance of having a diarrhea attack at the school. I kept remembering what my brother went through when I had to bring stuff to him in the bathroom to get him changed. I almost got to that point where I kept thinking about it, carrying the stuff for myself now, but only if I'm feeling like I'm going to be in that much of a difficulty. But other than that, I'm doing okay for right now. Weird as it is. I should be happy. I should be ecstatic. Getting back to, that's the other thing I was going to be depressing lemon crap out of me. Yesterday, they had a long vigil for a lot of people who wanted to pay their respects to former Senator Dianne Feinstein. God rest her soul. She reminds me so much of my family, and she'd been in office for a long while, that she was like a standard fixture in government over 35 years. Made her way from San Francisco all the way to the Senate, representing California. Fiery woman. But after that health scare she had in later reclining years, really got hard on her. It really got hard. And seeing the vigil, people coming in and paying respects, yeah, I was tearing my ass more. That was basically triggers. I kept seeing my grandmother and my aunt, and how hard it was just to see them pass. Yeah. So yeah, naturally I was crying my ass off on that one. And then yesterday, after, well, I actually got warning about this one. Kaiser employees went on strike all across the country. Not enough nurses, too long hours, not enough breaks. Patients are coming in like crazy. Staffing can only do so far and do so much. They had an event, and they vented. As I'm talking about it, MSNBC just flashed it on the screen. 75,000. They're not going to go on continuous strike, just maybe a day here or a day or two, but something to catch the management's notice on this one. California. Shit. Up and down the areas that we have Kaisers, they had strikes. Some of the people are talking about it online about it. And one of the maintenance guys was out and about, and he saw it. I got Kaiser. But they have to do this. I mean, what else can they do? Management's going to give people the song and dance routine, but they need to take care of what they need to take care of. There are certain places out there that have Kaiser hospitals. They're run by the Kaiser Foundation. Out here in Antelope Valley, we don't have it. We have a hospital barely holding on. We actually got two hospitals that are contracted for Kaiser members. The only hospitals we've got in the San Fernando Valley, they're out in Panorama City and Woodland Hills, the only two Kaiser facilities. And even they're having issues regarding nursing shortages, patients overflow, and what the hell are the Kaiser people going to do about it? You got doctors, you got staff members outside trying to tell management what they need. And you got to listen. So, I don't blame them for going ape. Shit, out here in Antelope Valley, I mean, they're struggling with what they've got. We got a hospital out there, the subfloor Antelope Valley Hospital, that's got both good and bad reputations. They're the only level 1 trauma center we've got. Trouble floor, we lost that a long time ago, I guess. But they're the only trauma center we've got, except for Santa Clarita. There's a hospital out there. There's Bakersfield. There's hours away. So we got Antelope Valley here just to satisfy everybody out here. And it's constantly busy. And a lot of people don't like it. Staffing, not enough beds. They haven't got enough space on the property to expand. They try, but they're running into situations. They're trying to expand the emergency room because they're getting overwhelmed. I've seen how overwhelmed they can be. Trust me, they're definitely a major problems. We can get all the funding we can, but they need the room to expand upon, to get more bed space, to get more services in the ER. They can only do so much remodeling in that place. They have another hospital out in Palmdale, but it's not trauma. And if it was equipped for trauma, they'd also be able to get their hospital overflowed. A lot of things happening this morning, I guess. I guess this is my morning gripe. Of what's going on these days. I'm just waking up, still trying to deal with it, and trying to wonder what the hell I'm doing up this early in the morning. My mother, my little dog, is going to be asking me the same damn stuff. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's my gripe for this morning.